Hello and welcome to a special video. This is not necessarily tech hardware, but it is something that I've followed for a while and finally took a dive and got into the world of Star Citizen. What I wanted to look through in this video is kind of briefly overcap the state of the game, where things are right now, and if you decide to play, go through just the initial steps of getting you started, where to go, how to get into your ship, and then how to start flying around. So upon the first time logging in, this is what you'll be greeted with, and the persistent universe is where you want to start. Star Marine is an arena-style FPS game where you basically just shoot each other, very minimal game modes, there's not a whole lot there now. An Arena Commander is kind of where Star Citizen started. It's got different fighters, it's a separate progression system, they have a separate currency for renting and trying out new ships, but a lot of the ships are in both. So if you want to try a ship, but you don't necessarily want to spend your time trying to earn money to buy it in the persistent universe, you could try it in Arena Commander and fly it around and shoot stuff. Alright, so the first time you log in, you'll have to do character creation. After you customize your character, you'll be brought to a screen where you then have to choose your primary residence. There are 4 selections, and I think a lot of new player guides will suggest that you take New Babbage, but I actually don't recommend New Babbage. It's really far out of the way, and it's not any easier to navigate than the others. I personally like Area 18, it's on ArcCorp. It's close to things that you will do in the game. It's close to Crusader, where you might want to run bounties. It's close to the Lagrange Point, L1, between the Star of Stanton and ArcCorp. That's a good place to set up your mining expeditions. So I don't really go to New Babbage ever. You can do bounties and stuff out there, but it's just so far out of the way from everything else. I don't recommend it. Once you enter the Star Citizen universe, you'll get a loading screen. Usually these are about 2 minutes. It is recommended that you install this game on a solid state drive. I'm using an NVMe solid state drive and see load times of about 50 seconds. Alright, when you first log into the game, this is what you'll be looking at. Probably the roof of an area, and you're laying down in some kind of bed. This is the little apartments, and each initial residence is going to have an apartment system, and if you try your normal WASD keys, one of those will get out. You can also hold the F key, and I'll show you that again. You can hold the F key and open up what's called this Inner Thoughts dialogue, and you'll find different inner thoughts. If you look over to the side here, you have an option to get up. And you can see all of this is highlighted green. That's how you know there's an interactable there. That may change in the future, but for right now, a lot of these interactables are things to make your characters do animations or open doors, that kind of thing. So you could either do that or push your WASD keys to get out. And there's nothing really in here for you to do. It's kind of designed to look like a little apartment. Area 18 is kind of the industrial planet. ArcCorp is what the planet's called. And you can get that vibe from looking at the scenery in here. It's very much as if you were a miner that's going out to the air in Halo and you're living in these really austere kind of conditions. There's not much here. It's very industrial looking. So on the way out, these doors will be open in the same way. You can hold F and then click on the open button. You can see how it's light green through the Inner Thoughts menu and head down the stairs. Now while we're waiting for this elevator, talk about movement for a moment. WASD are your normal movements, and you may notice I'm walking normal speed. This is sprinting. If you do your mouse wheel scroll up and scroll down, that can change your walking speed. So if you find yourself walking really slow and you're wondering why everybody else is able to go so fast, when you push the mouse wheel up, and I'll show you here, he's walking normal speed, and as you scroll the mouse wheel up, he'll change to a jog. Alright, so that's movement kind of in a nutshell. The mouse wheel thing is something that isn't immediately obvious, and I slow walked for a long time. So all of these floors in the apartment building are going to bring you to different floors just like the one you're on. There's nothing on them. You can't enter any of the apartments because they're exit-only doors. So we want to go to the ground floor, and that'll bring us to the center plaza area. Once we're down here, we'll continue on our way out. And the name of the apartments is Adira Falls, apparently. All right. So start to get our bearings here as we leave ArcCorp. Like I said, it's a very industrial area. There's lots of neon lights, people trying to sell you stuff. There's guns and ammo here. Don't worry about that right now. We're just going to kind of look at getting into your ship and getting you started into the game so you can start figuring out your keybinds. So come around to the right here and follow this main path. And this will bring you to the center plaza that has the Technology Development Division, the ArcCorp Plaza, and then what we want to get to is the city flight. And you'll notice there's not a map. So we have a sky map, but this kind of shows us the whole solar system. We can look at just this planet, and if we zoom in with the mouse wheel, we can see what's going on in this planet, but we can't see down to the level of detail of where we are in the city. They haven't implemented that kind of stuff. So we're down to looking at kind of signage. They want this to be an immersive experience, so pay attention to the signage, look at what is around you, and that's how you're going to find your way around. So here we see City Flight Transit. That's the tram that will bring us to the spaceport. Careful down the stairs. Alright, we can see the tram is here right now, and I like to sprint to see if I can make it. They are physicalized, so they come and go on a schedule, and you can see I just barely made it, and it looks like the next one, it would be back in like a minute and a half. So it takes some time. It's a physical tram that goes back and forth. If you think of in the old days of World of Warcraft, there was the big ship that went around and people waited for it. It's the same kind of idea, so you can't really fast travel in this game. All right, we can see the big tower there with the blinking red light. That's the indicator for the spaceport. You can think of that as being like the control tower. And that's who you'll talk to when you come into land. It's also the identifying landmark when you're coming into land to know where the spaceport is. So look for that big flashing red light. Every spaceport has one. Alright, so we're here at the spaceport. It looks like somebody else is on their way back to the other side, and he's wearing some clothes. You can buy normal clothes in here. I have the default spacesuit on right now. Alright, we'll go through security, which at this point isn't anything, but in the future there will be a customs process and kind of domestic travel as well, but it's not implemented yet. It's kind of here just as a placeholder. These guards don't do anything. The customs information table doesn't do anything. And what you're looking for is this vehicle retrieval console. And here there's a couple of them, and you'll always find them in the spaceport. When you go up to the vehicle retrieval console, push F to enter your inner thoughts, and you'll have your ships here. And then simply all you do is retrieve it, and it will get delivered to the platform. If you've done this and your ship gets exploded, you can claim the ship. There's a set amount of time that you have to wait, and then you can retrieve the ship again. So that's where I want to end this one for now. We'll continue in the part 2 of the video, getting in the ship in the hangar, getting it up into space, and looking at how to generally fly around and quantum travel. Once you have those skills, you'll be able to get ready and get into the verse. If you want to end up playing the game during the free fly, it starts on the 17th. If you register, go to the description and use my code. You'll get a little extra Alpha UEC, that's money in game. As well, we'll both get some gear and I'll get a referral point. If you use that code when you register, you don't have to pay for anything during the free fly, and they will actually give you some ships that you can use for the 7 to 10 day period that the free fly will be going on. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.